not. But one of our main partners is transferred to our activities, and that is also our pattern. So can I request that you repeat the right of to the agenda? The title of the is here represented by the first manager research. That is my point. It is very important that the recognition for the people that we see in this moment of that will be it's a people item of wonder. We colleagues of Uganda that we see about this conversation here. The head of financial literacy, Madam Justina Masha. We want the opportunity first to stand up so that people can see you and give you a big clap. That is the rule for our Bank of Uganda, and thank you very much for the continuous support. We have institutions that are committed to funding to move that project. And before that, because we have even done the proposal, they have funds always ready. Having that for the people of the hands. I do believe that the United States that we have a lot of proposals and we do that with our parents, so we thank you very much for the commitments. In the first minutes, I remember we tell some of the church regulatory authority. Some churches are usually, yes. That is the church regulatory authority, they also complete the funding is for the government and the big class. If you love the right, you want to pass on the right, you can the right. And I was the university of so in causes, you also visit the so all the power institutions that have committed funding to these projects, I want to start speaking some of you, seeing standing here and saying that we are coming and giving those to receive us. Especially, I also want to recognize the representatives of the Ghana Minorities and Foreign Association. Thank you very much. The number of firefighters in the room that was important that I recognize the representative of the acting principal of Macquarie University Business School, a leader in standard of recognition, Dr. People and the hand of the college, and the first speaker I mentioned the country is for the Uganda Partners Association. Thank you for being proud of the job. I'm sure that I talk about the Uganda. That's why two of us. True. Thank you very much. So thank you very much. We have the rest of the time, and it's important that I also inform you that our board chair, who was directing the housing finance, Mr. Michael Mukali, is in the house. Can I request you to stand up and clear on the Thank you very much. In that, I now invite the CEO of the University Department of Financial Sciences, the team of Namu, and we're having us from the University of Please join me for having Mr. Service Secretary. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having enough money in spite of the climate. In spite of the climate, in spite of the weather, I hope you are having a good morning. I want to thank you again for making it here. I know it's not been easy, but here we are. Government did not mention some organizations that have been with us throughout this initiative. Can we clap for everyone? And you everything starts from where you see it. I'll tell you Julia as well that the apple doesn't fall very far from that tree. So it's no wonder if you has been a bank of Uganda all this time. Let's grab half of it and put this here. How many finance bank my share? I think we've been with us throughout. So can we grab all the finance bank? So we're really grateful that and keeping the spirit alive, and it's important that as you say. Yeah, welcome you. Likely,
but there is somebody who has wears bigger shoes than myself, because this is a very strategic matter. I would like to invite our board chairman, Mr. Michael Gabi, to do the formal welcome.
Good morning to good morning. I hope you're well. Am I very audible? Fantastic. The governor of Uganda, with a guest of honor represented by my brother, Andrew Philip Wambuya, with the Executive Director of Risk and Strategic Management, my sister Julia, also PPL. Board members of the Institute of Banking and Financial Services, like RCC, Uganda Bankers Associations, regulators, captains of industry, presidents, and those coming, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. But allow me to thank you all thank you all for pressing this, for me, what I would call a momentous morning for us at the institute, but also together, because I know in the room where we congregated under the self-identity, the financial services sector element or handling, and that for me is extremely important. So it's an honor and privilege for coming this morning to this important occasion as we launch the 2025 Banking and Financial Services Awareness Campaign. Yet another year of commitment and financial literacy, inclusion and sustainability. But as I go to my I want to mention two things. It's a very wide saving day, but also talking about awareness. And trying the campaign. We recognize that savings is a very powerful thing. We must encourage, we must all pull resources together. Why is savings important? Fortify one, be able to cater for emergencies. Two, allow us to put four resources together for investment. Three, allow us to pursue goals as an individual, but also collectively as corporates. Also put together the global level at the countries. It's very important aspects. And why for me is this so important? He's been privileged to all the members in the room and have attained education, in privileged work in respective places and spaces. You have that information that the power of organized finance do not. And therefore, still keep their money in informal spaces, that still have abilities that would have been avoided. So, in the room, that privileged position, and space, such go beyond what we know, what we see. We have estimated how small cost is. As long as we're buying, as long as they are giving us so that is more for me to really even the same aspect, the same so we brought this back and be compatible with the let's say about inclusion. So beyond that, so the awareness that becomes extremely important because it's not enough just saying, it is the knowledge and the confidence that will then help us to see how we can how the savings do something more gainful, to a secure and a better picture. And we need to think. We need it for relatives in the village. We need it for very small space, and then bring it together. Then this is solid journey. For me, this is a very good, and I remember several awareness campaigns with even a few years ago, to do some financial and material, etc. It's extremely important what I'm saying. When let's come and eat together and see how we keep running. So let's not tire. Let's come and see how we amplify this challenge. And that's why for me this thing becomes extremely important. And let's see how we take it forward. And then we believe that as our mental presence will allow will be able to push this forward. Our deepest appreciation to the governor, Bank of Uganda. I still get some honor for your presence, my brother, Mr. Chief Babuja, and your continued guidance at the same time. The government of Bank of Uganda has been extremely solid. We've had several meetings with him. Discussing very various one in terms of how to recognize the industry, they will do to see how we can together things that we started. Government has an ambitious and inclusive plan to grow the economy forward. Indeed, that the banking fraternity must do so much. So that we want to put money into. It's not about it's these savings that will then lead and boost up the national government. See something governor for leading from the top, the banking partners sit with it. In the small, just UBA, further America, so many things and committed single supporters and I'm pleased to work and with some honor that indeed your presence here is testament that this is a very level. So there's one other from AIMS sustainability in one time. All individuals and institutions think deeply about financial stability means our current economic points. For 6 years, the Eastern Bank and Services has been privileged to lead this national-wide campaign. And I don't be correct and the management team, but in terms of making this call, there's an effort. We will not tire that however, so it's a great time to lead. Yeah, we start for continue to lead this campaign. Bring together banks, regulators, insurers, capital market players, pension managers, together to see how we can champion this space, to see how we can cause the evolution of the space. We have created a shared platform that reminds us why we in this industry must empower the lives of our people, must drive sustainable development through financial inclusion and education. We cannot, as leaders, be selfish and not be concerned with the world that we are in. Absolutely unacceptable, and that world doesn't exist. We not the world where there's just security in the room, the bankers, insurers, the regulators. How about those out there? They are part of this whole ecosystem. And they tell us how we call and we can do it. It's all in the mindset. And I think we can together. And we hold stewardship over the sector. If you ask me, we do. Remember the importance of the private sector. That's why it's about. So we have this, for me, these are elements that different organizations, different speeches, different conditions. I think all of these will play a role in fight for what we have achieved. And for me, that's why I just remember the stage of how we can continue the conversation, the literature, engagement, through violence, and even beyond this day in your respective spaces as well of the different aspects of our sector. So this year's campaign, the plan takes this conversion to identify focus on sustainability at two critical levels. Number one is power and other sustainability. Helping us individuals manage their money with purpose and make sustainable choices. Again, another that we must champion. How do we, remember I told you, yes, one savings, we save such industrialization. With knowledge, how let us build confidence. I have witnessed people with weaker resources with people who have higher. How does that happen? How is it that people with higher revenues, higher salaries, people with lower, who much more? It is utilization, it is knowledge, it's applied, and for me, making sustainable choices becomes then in the critical aspect. Organization of sustainability. Encouraging our institutions to embed sustainability is their business models, balancing profits with social and environmental responsibility. And that's why for me the aspect of inclusion becomes important. A very different profitability. It's undisputed. So when we include, we amplify, we provide better profitability. Not just for any unique bank, but for the entire sector. And that's why it's able to be that positive and to be that focused. The objective of these campaigns are clear: to promote financial awareness, very important. Foster economic resilience, extremely important. Align the sector with the sustainable development goals and the national sustainable finance framework. And I told you about the ATMs. Government has been clear, control finance has been clear, the government of Uganda has been very clear, and different authorities. So we can be at the center of the development of this whole time. Build partnerships that create impact. Yes, that's by the beginning. And look at those partnerships. It's just coming together. It's just applying every small effort. And that's why for me, I'm optimistic. I will emphasize it. I will effort. Let us move because we're really and move. We know the better since we are doing good. This will bring in collective multiple things. This year, they also draws strong connections, several sustainable development goals, reminding us that financial health and sustainability go hand in hand. It's broader global solutions. We can talk of sustainable development goal 1 from poverty, and that's reflected in the saving box, the 50-30-20 rule that encourages better money management to extremely. Sustainable goal number 2, hunger, zero hunger. No, through smart agriculture initiatives. Again, I want to point to the ATMs. About renewable energy, sustainable energy use, climate action, the digital production of solar, all of this become extremely important. Gender equality, empowering our women, the spirit of women leaders, finance. When you look here, you can build up what we've done a good job. We still have a lot of policies, how we land is for the man, gender, that's double stealing, the market stores. So that's why I said that let's don't look at the world in our own space, narrow spaces. Let's take that big view and see how we can then apply our knowledge. The privilege, if you have seen, and I'm speaking here, managing director and chair of the VP of Bank and Financial Services. No, I'm speaking here to you and myself as farmers. At whatever level, as insurance, at whatever level, as professional, at whatever level, we can together do this. So together, these illustrate how every financial decision and innovation can contribute more inclusive, sustainable, and resilient Uganda. None of this can happen without collaboration. All this we are talking about, and that's federal collaboration at least. We can do this. It's okay. And let's collaborate. There are areas where we can come together. You and me will agree that the areas can come together, make a better Uganda. And if you look with this bigger thinking, there's all enough benefit for all of us. So this is opportunity. I have this opportunity to invite all institutions, financial institutions, employers, policymakers, and partners in the room to join hands the Institute of Bank and Financial Services by sponsoring, by partnering, by amplifying this campaign. We can do this. And I don't think we're asking for much to amplify this message. I can do. But it's such a and I will amplify this message. So the last person there, we can together amplify this inclusion. So together we achieve the right goal. And the thing about broader government goals, we can others, they will see how we can build a stronger Uganda. reach out as many Ugandans as possible to build stronger households. They are good for us. Which ecosystem do you want to live in where we have islands and go to a smaller house and have more? No, we can change this. We can implement and gradually change this. Because it's about awareness. I've told you that's about awareness. Let's create a financially healthy nation. It might be a small code. It might be the people in the rooms. It may be a prevent the media, but it is a goal. And today, one or two voices will die and will do the time. So here we come together to do this. I'd like to conclude by wishing and commending the team. You know, you bank and financial services, UBA, I'm privileged to be the vice chair, but the chief Patricia, I am privileged to things they do. By the way, as a provider, I see the efforts at stake. So I thank the Eastern Bank and Financial Services, I want to thank UBA. I want to thank our regulators, Bank of Uganda. When I mentioned that they have been there for us, when the governor of Bank of Uganda thinks they are going to us to come in and dedicate an afternoon to discussing professionalizing the industry, discussing with bankers and financial services sector players. It's a big thing. It's a demonstration of the passion and interest they have as Bank of Uganda to build an vision for us. So I want to thank the regulators, the engagement so that one with DPF. These are key things for their dedication in driving this initiative year after year. And for continuing reminding us that sustainable finance begins with informed, empowered individuals and forward-looking institutions. So all of you here today, thank you for being part of this journey. And may this year's campaign start with new commitments, deep collaboration, and impacts across the financial services sector. Thank you very much. Let's enjoy, let's listen, and make the most of this morning. Thank you.
But we would plan for our work share is not exciting. That's better. So work share, I want to thank you. I like your enthusiasm and the way you speak about the message, but also how passionate you are about it. So thank you very much. The next part is that it's important that I appreciate certain institutions like Bank of Biden. The East African Recovery Company was our board sponsor. So actually, thank you very much. Take our regards back to the bank and want to receive the opportunity. Together is the right setting the how many of us know that by show of hands. Oh, very good. It is important, and that's why the emotion is coming today. I'm sure you will have that started a savings campaign in terms of the savings box. Which I'm very, very sure. I want to recognize Alibaba. It is the other Achara, so I think I want to take you very seriously. When we talk about the savings and solution in terms of brand and the individual, I use the number of students out and be able to show you what solutions they have, not only personal financial management, but as well as sustainability. And in that, I want to recognize that the least for my partner. So we will sign up for recognition. Those are people partners. So one will thank you very much and sincerely. Moving on, I move on to our next part of the program. It is also important that I appreciate the presence of some that I have never known that I will come. But this is the outside. The lifestyle we do with campaign because the answer was the bankers with so many people to be participants of the campaign. So I want to thank you very much. I like to invite our partners in this campaign with the Bankers Association here represented by Shan. I mean, so please welcome her to the stage.
Good morning. You had breakfast. Good morning. That's much better. Thank you, everybody. And I want to stand in the protocol that was established by, observed by the MC as well as our chair and my vice chair this morning. My name is Patricia. I am standing in very big shoes, representing the ED of UVA, Mr. Wilbert, who's unable to join us this morning because of personal commitments. But I will deliver a message very well. That one you can count on it. Yeah. So as I commence the remarks from the Bankers Association, I want to take this opportunity to really thank Bank of Uganda, all the company, Congress stands, and they are still with us. I also thank the Institute of Banking and Financial Services. There's something about persistency and consistency, and Loretti and your team, you have done this extremely well. And year in, year out, you have brought us here just to take a back seat and see where we are, where are we going, what do we want to achieve. And it's a good thing that we have representatives from the partner institutions, but also most importantly, the financial institutions who are present here. So today, as we launch the 2025 Banking and Financial Services, it used to be a month, it has now been a campaign, and we'll know why once the CEO wants to speak. But today we launch the 6th edition, but also commemorates the World Savings Day. And the theme that we have, which is financial health, and then from annual to sustainability. That alone as a theme is a call to action. It's a call to action. It's a call to action because it's what it tells us is we are challenging ourselves as individuals. We're challenging the institutions that we work with. We are challenging Ugandans in general, our customers, to look beyond mere survival. We want to go beyond survival, but translate the earnings, our daily earnings, into some more sustainable prosperity. As you have certain slogans, we want to protect our economy. Yeah. So we also want to borrow and say, let's protect the gains as individuals, as institutions, that we are serving or working with. So I want to associate myself with the theme very strongly, but also importantly, associate the Bankers Association with the theme. And for us, it's we cannot address a challenge that we are not able to measure. We've had statistics, or we hear statistics, or we've read statistics from the index report, but also most importantly, peaceful as regards savings. The savings increase, have they? They have 55% of dollars as saving. But if you look deeper, what does it say? It says of the adults are saving not in formal financial institutions, but informal financial institutions. So there's an opportunity there. We can the accounts that we have in our respective institutions to be used for saving. Many people are saving on mobile phone, mobile money. Is that secure? Is that sustainable? Not, I wouldn't, in my view, I wouldn't think it is sustainable. Do we have some workers out for us as the financial sector? Definitely we do. To utilize that opportunity and get our colleagues who are in the informal or semi-informal to come into the formal space or to come into the formal financial institution and be able to utilize some of the products that many of us are able to offer. So for us, Uganda Bankers Association, together with the member institutions here, we are committed fully to this campaign, and converting your earnings into sustainability, because it is a critical, very critical catalyst for sustainable development. And I wouldn't do justice if I don't speak to the critical role we are playing in terms of implementing